Okay, this is part two. This is part two of was it we're talking about time, the death that is surrounding uh takeoff, right? Because some people want to get you to believe, some people want to get you to believe that it was his time, okay? And my previous video was sort of interrupted because I had some company to stop by, and I hadn't seen them in a minute, so I had to sort of spend some time with them, um, and I had to get from behind this camera. Now, um, when you listen to, first of all, well, let me go back and start this video from the beginning. Shout out to all my subscribers, all right, and the people that viewed my video. Thank you very much. Um, Once again, like I said on my previous video, is my deepest condolences go out to the Takeoff family and friends. And I'm sorry for your loss. Um, in my opinion, it was a senseless killing, all right? Similar to Duke 093, the Jew. Now, Anthony Dewberry and Charleston White did a video concerning that, all right? And I want you to hear what they say because I challenged them on saying that everybody or some people's death is predestinated. All right. I have a problem with that statement. So let's get into their video. Hold on a minute. They call have a relationship with that, and in the process of that, it was really based off of him showing concern because of the work that we supposed to be doing together. I know that with some of y'all, it might make some of y'all feel a certain type of way because, man, we done came into the game and we able to touch so many people. You're talking about him and Charleston White. And have so many people be, how should I be upset? They should be upset because of the progress, because of the sipping on a little bit of come on, homie. Let's wake up and look at the big fish, man. Let's look at the big fish in reality of what's going on, right? So I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. I've been sitting back watching everybody, man, and I've been listening to people talk, and all I can say is this, homie. It's time for a change. It's time for a change, homie. I heard Gilly the Kid speak. And Gilly the Kid was more angry and upset with the fact that people are pulling out their cameras. He was more upset with the fact that people was pulling out their cameras, taking pictures of the body laying down. He was upset because what he said was, he said, man, listen, man, it's to the point where we don't respect the dead. I was listening to Gilly King when he was going in on that. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. You know what I said? That proves our point. That right there proves
our point. The point we've been trying to get everybody to see for so long. Nobody respects the dead no more.
Well, that's the wrong phrase that he used. Some people, he should have said, some don't respect the dead. He said, nobody. That's a lie. We down here in South Carolina respect the dead. We down here in South Carolina used to set up with the dead. All right, now this new generation might not respect the dead, but this old generation, the old schools like me, 6 to 8 years old, we respect the dead, whether it's in or out of the family. Yeah, when I was a child, all right, down in low country, raised up down in low country in Berkeley County, South Carolina, we set up with the dead all night long. I was scared as hell because I was scared of dead folks. I was a child, little boy. They used to tell all them goddamn stories about dead people and shit, and they're coming back alive and shit, and setting up in the goddamn carpet and shit. I was scared as hell. Okay, but them old folks back then, when I was a child coming up, they believe in setting up with the dead all night long. Yeah, they'll be praying and singing. All right. So, and even today, folks here in South Carolina now. I don't know about Texas, huh? But right here in South Carolina, where I live at, we still respect the dead. It makes no difference if it's family or non-family. If we know them, if we know that person or grow up with that person. But see, a lot of times you grew up with somebody and y'all separate. They go one way and you go the other way. Your life spread out. I just found out that some of my friends that I grew up with, we used to go coon hunting together. Yeah. And he grew up with me. He became a deer processor. All right. And I used to get deer meat from him. Folks didn't come back and get their deer after he processed it. Yeah. They tag it and took it to him, and he skinned it and gut it out and chop it up. And they didn't come and get it. Well, I, I got it. Yeah. We grew up together, working the tobacco field together, played together, went hunting together. Yeah. Yeah, he passed last month. Okay. I couldn't get to the funeral because I was working. As y'all know, and I'm going to disclose it, I'm a truck driver. Yeah. I couldn't get to the funeral because I had to work. Guess what? Hmm? I sent a piece. I sent a piece, Lily. Sure did. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. Another friend of mine, mama died last month. October took out a lot of people that I knew. I sent a piece, Lily. And I drove the truck by there and attended the funeral because I was coming back from Ohio, and his mama died in Winston-Salem. No, hell no. I respect the dead down here in South Carolina. Now I don't know what them folks do in Texas and other places, but down here in South Carolina, goddamn, we respect the dead. So you should have said some. Hmm? Yeah, some folks don't, but yeah, no. We respect the dead down here in South Carolina. Yeah. What's that?
They'll put you, they take pictures of you, they do all of that. They'll put it online. They do all of that, homie. They put you on their shirt. They do all of that. The only people that really respect the dead is the family. They'll put you, they take pictures of you, they do all of that. They'll put it online. They do all of that, homie. They put you on their shirt. They do all of that. The only people that really respect the dead is the family. This world we live in don't respect the dead. That's why they don't have no problem with recording the dead. That's why they don't have no problem with showing the world the dead. I'm just saying something. But what we speak about, this is what we prove to y'all by the actions of the world. The actions of the world, homie, prove to y'all that they don't respect the dead, my nigga. They don't even respect the living no more. If they respected the living, we wouldn't have to walk around in so much fear. Listen to what I'm saying, homie. This is real talk. We got so many people, man, that sit around every day and they talk, but they don't do nothing to stop the unnecessary violence that's going on in our communities, homie. They don't do nothing to stop the violence that's going on in our community every day. This make me go over to what I'm finna say about the Boosie situation. I heard Boosie speak. And when I heard Boosie speak, right, I'm listening to Boosie. I'm listening to him. I'm listening to Boosie talk. And he was speaking about not being a rapper no more. They was speaking about how being a rapper is the worst thing in the world to be. How being a rapper is a target. He spoke about how being a rapper used to be glorified and how people glorified the rap game. Y'all remember I talk about that all the time? But this is what I say, homie. This is what I say. As I sit back and I watch everything that's going on right now. I watch everything that's going on, and as I listen to Boosie talk, I say to myself, homie, it's not about being a rapper. It's not about being a rapper. That's the worst thing to be, homie. Homie, it's not about being a rapper. That's the worst thing to be. So what it do? It's not about being a rapper, homie. Homie, you know what it's about? It's about being black in the ghetto. You know why? I've seen more young black men lose their life in the ghetto than rappers. I want y'all to understand what I just said. I've seen more young black men lose their life in the ghetto than I've seen rappers, homie. Just think about what I'm saying, homie. Rappers, my nigga, let's keep it real, homie. We speaking about rappers. We speaking about rappers, homie. I'm speaking about the youth. I'm speaking about poverty. I'm speaking about what goes on in our community every day. There is a body that's being laid down by a black man every single day, my nigga. I mean that. It's a hungry black man in the hood right now. It's some kids in the hood right now that's hungry, that's starving. There's some kids in the hood right now don't know where their next meal gonna come from. And you mean to tell me that, man, it's hard to being a black man in the ghetto, my nigga. It's hard to being a black man in the ghetto because when you black in the ghetto, you gotta sit there and watch when there's a drive-by. Say, man, it's a drive-by. And there go a little baby laying there. Homie, that's hard. That's hard. Being a rapper is not being a target. It's just that being a rapper, homie, nah, homie, it's just that being a rapper, too many rappers is making bad decisions. Let's speak about the truth. Too many rappers are making bad decisions with their millions of dollars. Rappers make millions and millions and millions of dollars, homie. It's just that right now, we're in a time where people starting to raise the eyebrow. People starting to pay attention. People is tired, man. Homie, it's just that people tired. Just think about that. Just think about what I'm saying, homie. When I sit there and I look at this, and I say, man, nah, Boosie, y'all ain't the target, homie. We the target. But we ain't the target. We ain't the target that other people putting on us. We the target for ourselves, homie. Just think about what I'm saying. We the target, homie. We the target right now. And I just keep it 1,000, homie. The rap culture created something to where we just starting to see more destruction with the rappers. The question is, why do we gotta sit around and see millionaires? Why do we gotta sit around and see millionaires? Listen, these millionaires, man. Multi-millionaires participate in the destruction of our own kind. We seeing more rappers get locked up. For what? Destroying their own kind. We seeing more rappers getting locked up. Not because somebody lying on, but because of the evidence that they showing us, and we gotta be realistic on what's really going on. So I keep saying what I'm saying. It's not the rappers the target, it's the actions of the rappers. It's the actions of the rappers. I just keep it above. The actions of the rappers is the problems. I'm not going to just say it's the lyrics, even though the lyrics plays a major part in a lot of things. Because if you listen about destruction 24/7, then you're going to become destructive. But I'm going to say this because there's a lot of rap music that's not all about destruction. I'm just keeping it above. All rap music ain't talking about destructions. But what happens is, when you hear people talking this rap talk, the rappers we talking about, we got to go back and look at their actions. We got to go back and look at the actions of the rappers. Just think about what I'm saying. That tongue is very powerful. Not only is the tongue powerful, guess what is powerful? The TV, what we watch. The radio, what we hear. Just think about what I'm saying. But the most important thing I watch is this here. I watch the actions. I'm sitting back and watching the actions, homie. I'm watching the actions of the hip-hoppers, the rappers. And when we go back and watch that, we sit down and we say this here. Man, what is fucking going on? Why do we have so many millionaires? Every time you look around, they into it with another millionaire. It's only happened in the black community, my nigga. We the only ones doing this. We the only ones that's sitting around and having these kind of dialogues about when it come down to destroying each other. Just think about what I'm saying. So I'm not sitting there saying that it's music. No. I'm saying it's actions. It's the actions of the hip-hop, homie. If we had more people in a hip-hop world that was able to be more vocal when we speak about how we want to see more artists, we want to see more artists get out, go to the schools and speak to the schools, how we want to see more people come in and speak to, like, y'all get what I'm saying? Just think about what I'm saying. What that does is it kills a narrative that's been set that states that all rappers are bad guys. And I'm saying, no, all rappers aren't bad guys. Some rappers done went through some type of life-changing experiences, but you can't change. Come on. Just think about what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that we in a point right now, man, when I sit back and I listen to these rappers and I'm listening to these boys talk, I'm saying, homie, let's talk about the real. Let's talk about what's really going on, man. Let's talk about what's really going on. Let's stop bullshit. Let's stop the BS. Let's stop. Let's keep it real, man. Rappers ain't the target, homie. Rappers ain't the target. The only target is the destruction is the target, my guy. Now,
and the destruction come through rap music. Now, a lot of people talking about TakeOff, but a lot of people wanted to hear what Charles White had to say, and so do I. Now, you have to like Charleston White and dislike him. A lot of damn things he say, all right, you might dislike him. A lot of things he say you like him. You see, sometimes you got to understand that the devil don't always do wrong. The devil don't always tell a lie, right? If the devil always did evil, you wouldn't, nobody would ever trust him. He couldn't get close to you. God said, don't be conformed by this world, but be ye transformed by renewing your mind. Johnson White said a lot of damn things that make sense. Yeah. Some damn things he say I agree with, some things he say I don't agree with. We're getting into some of the things that I agree with, some of the things that I don't agree with. When you're talking about time, this man, Takeoff, lost his life at 20 years old. Was it his time? All right. And so many other people that life been cut short. Was it their time? That's what I want to actually talk about today. That's the main subject of this video. It's time. Okay, listen.
Since it has happened, one person people have been waiting to hear from is Charleston White. Charleston is known as some wild and disrespectful takes at times towards rappers and game beggars, but at times Charleston take another route and say some stuff that is deep. And I was glad to see that Charleston took the second route when speaking on Takeoff, because everyone who spoke on him said how good of a person he was, and disrespecting the dead is not it, especially if they wasn't the type to diss others. But I'm gonna go on the road to clip of the live so y'all can see it.
All right. Now, first of all, let me tell you something. The videos that I'm sharing with y'all today, I don't own the rights to them. I'm just sharing the videos with y'all. Y'all probably seen them for yourself. Y'all probably have already seen them or heard them on YouTube. All right. Now, another thing, make this clear. What I say today is just my personal opinion. All right, just my personal opinion, which is always my disclaimer. Okay, let's go. What you got to say? You waiting to hear what you got to say, but I wasn't there. I told somebody today. I talked to Lil Migo. I talked to Lil Migo manager. I talked to Lil Migo manager today. That's Takeoff little brother. I said, say, do we have any kids? He said, nah, he ain't had no kids. I said, was he married? He said, nah, man. He was the man of the family. He had his mama, he had his sister, and he had his little brother, Lil Migo. So I talked to the manager. I was already kind of fucking with the Migo by way of Lil Migo manager. And so when I go to Miami, I fuck with Lil Migo a few times. When I'm in Atlanta, I fuck with him. Motherfucker said, man, what you gonna say? Well, nigga, what I'm gonna say about something I don't know nothing about? So this for all the people that don't know nothing about nothing. I want y'all to listen. Let me see. I want to get some work. All right. Yeah, I want y'all to listen to this. Yeah, I want y'all to listen to this. I tell niggas all the time, especially kids, say, listen, little homie. You don't get to pick who you're born to. You don't get to pick your mother and father. Whatever has happened to you as a kid, it's not your fault because you didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to come here. Your mom and daddy produced you and made you, and so you were born in these conditions. You had no say-so over that. So boom. So when it's time to die, nigga, if you ain't got no say-so on how you get here with life, you ain't got no say-so on how you leave. Should this Navy SEALs fat-burning device be illegal? All right, that was a commercial coming in. You do have some say-so on how you leave. I respectfully disagree with Charleston White on that statement. Okay? You do have a say so on how you leave. And why I say that, because you can kill yourself. Hmm? I got a shotgun back there, okay, that I hunt with. It's deer season right now, so I'm shooting slugs. Okay, I'm shooting slugs because it's deer season. I have a weapon just for hunting deer. All right, you know, I'm a country boy, so I'm still a hunter, and it's deer season in South Carolina. So I have a shotgun. All right, just for hunting. That's it. I only pull that shotgun out once a year. All right. Uh, I think deer season starts in uh, September, right? And it ends the 1st of January here in South Carolina, right? Now, I hadn't brought down a deer yet because I hadn't really had a chance to go hunting because I work all the time, okay? But if I wanted to end my life right now while I'm doing this video, all I got to do is walk in there and get that shotgun and put it up to my head and pull the trigger. It'd be a done deal. See, so I respectfully disagree with you on that statement, Charleston. Yeah, yeah, I do.
And you don't get to choose how you die.
Yeah, you get
What
to choose
matters
how you
is
die.
the
You can kill
dash.
yourself. You
So
get to choose
your
how you
birth
die. You can
date
kill
and your
yourself.
death date, that's already set. The dash in the middle,
All right,
you
let's
write
go
that,
back and
right?
listen at that.
So,
All right, hold on a minute.
nigga,
Hold
when it's
on,
your
hold on,
time,
hold
it's
up,
your
hold up,
time.
hold up.
Yeah, I want y'all to listen to this here. Yeah, I want y'all to listen to this. I tell niggas all the time, especially kids, say, listen, little homie, you don't get to pick who you born to. You don't get to pick your mother and father. Uh, Whatever has happened to you as a kid is not your fault because you didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to come to earth. Your mama.
That's absolutely correct. Right? All right. There he's speaking truth.
Daddy produced you and made you, and so you was born in these conditions. You had no say-so over that. So boom. So when it's time to die, nigga, if you ain't got no say-so on how you get here with life, you ain't got no say-so on how you leave here, right? So you don't get to pick how you born, and you don't get to choose how you die. What matters is the dash. So your birth date and your death date, that's already set. The dash in the middle, you write.
That's a lie. Your birth date and your death date is already set. No, no, it's not. All right. I respectfully disagree with you on that, Charleston. Right? Okay. Your birth date and your death date is not already set. All right. Because for it to be set, it had to be written in stone. Who was it written in stone by? It had to be written in stone by God. All right. So everything had to be pre-planned. And a lot of people had to be put in place. So you mean to tell me that takeoff death was already planned? Well, if it was, then God had to put these people in place. These people had to be in place for that to happen. All right. Was it his time? No. Spiritually, it was not his time. But because he was surrounded by evil, they took his time. If he hadn't been to the party, he might have still been living.
Right? So, nigga, when it's your time, it's your time. So I had to remind myself as I'm sitting back, everybody waiting on me to say something. I had to remind myself, nigga, death ain't bad. Yeah, death is not a bad thing. Who done convinced us? Who done told us that death is a bad thing? So
Who done told us that it was a good thing? Hmm? Who done told us? Who done told us it was a good thing? I know some people died a painful death. Was that a good thing? I know a woman right now, a good friend of mine, right, is dying of cancer. Cancer is eating her up inside. All right, she just found out not too long ago that she may have cancer. All right, in her kidneys, in her liver. All right, all right. She's dying a horrible death. She's suffering. Hmm? Yeah, I know some people that died. My brother died a painful death. He didn't want to die, but then on the other side, he actually wanted to die because he was in pain. That's why they got hostage. And they put you in hostage care. They try to make you. They know that you're going to die one day, so they try to make you comfortable for that time. But they don't know the hour, the minute, or the second that you're gonna go. All right, but they know that you're going. We all going one day. Hmm? I want y'all to listen to this. And maybe this will change your mind about what happened to Quavo. Because all y'all getting secondhand, mishand, wrong information. So I want y'all to listen to this. Hold on. So what they were shooting? In my first year as an owner-operator, I grossed over $200,000. Of that, I paid myself $44,587 as a driver, and on top of that, I made. Skip that commercial. Everybody in the world of 1,000 pieces, like 20 more. I ain't worried about no more. That beat me. I ain't gonna beat me. But let they rob me. Let the only can win. Boy, you and I shooting hard. Man, shit. Look at that old beat bowl and not itself. I already know. So when they get through bowling, they start shooting dice, right? Yeah. So the Quavo nigga, he's an arrogant little motherfucker. Shit talking little motherfucker. Now actually, he has to worry one of the rapper like niggas. Yeah. You know, on the cool, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm going looking at reading this shit and listening to the media. Yeah, it started over a nice game and a fight, altercation went down outside. That's a goddamn lie. That boy, Charles, you know how you ever met somebody right before they died and it's like they there, but they ain't there? Yeah. That man was there physically, but spiritually and mentally, he wasn't there. It was his time. No, it wasn't. It wasn't his time. Somebody took his time. Whoever fired that shot took his time. It wasn't his time. No, it wasn't his time. Somebody took his time. Your time is not predestinated on when or where or how you're going to die. Because if it was, God would not be an honest God. God would not be a righteous God. Because that means that he had already set things in stone. Okay, TakeOff is going to be killed. It's written down. On November the 1st, 2022, he's going to be shot. A nigga going to shoot him. And there's going to be a scandal over how he died. That had to be already in stone. By who? By God. Because if God gives life, according to Charleston White, and the only one that can take life, all right, then if people's life is predestinated, then everything had to be written down in stone. DMX is going to be die on this particular day of a drug overdose, either from taking too much drugs, all right, or getting some bad drugs, all right. Trayvon Martin is going to be killed by a cracker named George Zimmerman at night in the alley, and ain't gonna be no witnesses there on his behalf. You're gonna have to believe what George Zimmerman said. That's already down. No. Mm-mm. No. I respectfully disagree with you on that statement, Charleston White.
Exactly. I want y'all to listen. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, the man sitting beside my old lady, right? Yeah. The man's glass is empty. Ain't no alcohol in it. Empty. We counted that boy turned that goddamn glass on 5 consecutive times, man. He didn't sit it up like what? That didn't the mother. He kept sipping on the cup like it was something in there. Like it was something in it. And he took that bottle. He just rolled that bitch and took off. He just his mouth, like he wasn't even there, man. Listen, he didn't say nothing to nobody. He didn't bother nobody. He was off to himself, like he wasn't even like he was waiting to go. Like he was waiting to go, bro. He never came to that night table, never took a bit, never even walked over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched the man. Like I'm like, damn, what's up with him? Say, man, that man ain't said 2 words to him. I mean, like he was in a whole nother dimension. Boy, you done arrested my spirit with this one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Now, the man was sipping out a cup, and there wasn't nothing in it. Was it a clear cup like this, or was it a colored cup, like I got in the kitchen, a red cup? Hmm? And if he was, he probably was afraid. He probably was scared, because he probably knows some shit was going down because of the people that he was around. When you're scared and you're high, you do things maybe abnormal. All right, that don't mean that he knew that it was time to go and that he was ready to go. See, ain't nobody ready to go. All right. If you knew that you was gonna die 2 days from now, you would be all fucked up. Hmm? Hmm? All right. If you knew you was gonna die day after tomorrow, you'd be all fucked up. You'd be praying, crying, all that shit. Cause nobody really want to die other than the people that commit suicide. I don't want to make nobody.
There was a white boy made a post on Twitter, and they trying to act like they looking over there. I'm gonna stop that because I don't want y'all to hear no more. Now I want y'all to hear what that man and his wife said. That man was in a whole other dimension. He didn't talk to nobody. He wasn't shooting dice. He had an empty cup that he kept drinking out of and didn't have nothing in it. And he just stood up and got hit. Man, when it's your time, it's your time. It ain't nobody's fault. Can't nobody stop it. Didn't nobody cause it. Because you have to remember, man is not the author of life and death.
Let's start right there. Man is not the author of life and death. All right. I respectfully, once again, I respectfully disagree with you, Charles. Excuse me. I respectfully disagree with you, Charleston White. Man is the author of life and death because God passed his powers down to man. All right. All right. And hold on a minute. Let me give you some Bible. All right, on this. Hold on for 1 second. Now let's go back and hear what Charleston White said. Let's go back and see what he said. There was a white boy made a post on Twitter, and they trying to act like they looking over there.
I'm gonna stop that because I don't want y'all to hear no more. Now I want y'all to hear what that man and his wife said. That man was in a whole other dimension. He didn't talk to nobody. He wasn't shooting dice. He had an empty cup that he kept drinking out of and didn't have nothing in it. And he just stood up and got hit. Man, when it's your time, it's your time. It ain't nobody's fault. Can't nobody stop it. Didn't nobody cause it. Because you have to remember, man is not the author of life and death.
Okay. Now you hear what he said. When it's your time, it's your time. Can't nobody stop it. Okay. Well, let me hear it one more time.
I'm gonna stop that because I don't want y'all to hear no more. Now I want y'all to hear what that man and his wife said. That man was in a whole other dimension. He didn't talk to nobody. He wasn't shooting dice. He had an empty cup that he kept drinking out of and didn't have nothing in it. And he just stood up and got hit.
No, he didn't just stood up and got hit. He was getting ready to leave. From what I heard, he said, "Let me get up out of here before I have to hurt somebody or before somebody get hurt." Okay, and that's when he got hit. All right, he spoke some words before he got hit up. All right, let's get it right.
Man, when it's your time, it's your time. It ain't nobody's fault. Can't nobody stop it.
It ain't nobody's fault. Fuck you mean it ain't no damn body's fault? It's a motherfucker's fault that dropped the fucking hammer. Fuck wrong with you, Charleston White? It's a motherfucker's fault that dropped the hammer. Whose fault was it when George Floyd died? That fucking racist ass cop, Derek Chauvin, who kept his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. Hmm? Whose fault was it when Eric Holder died? The motherfucker that crushed his goddamn windpipe, had a chokehold on him, and he couldn't breathe. He was already big, he was already fat and out of shape. Hmm? Don't be conformed by some of the stuff that you hear on social media, but be ye transformed by renewing of your mind. Think for yourself. All right. Some of these people on social media want you to think like them and accept their way of thinking. No. Okay. Let's go on and hear what else Charleston says.
Nobody calls it because you have to remember man is not the author of life and death.
Man is not the author of life and death. That's a lie. Charleston White, I respectfully disagree with you. All right? Let's go to Genesis 1 and 26. Y'all got your Bible. Hmm? Let's go to Genesis 1 and 26. And God said, let us. God had somebody with him. Hmm? And God said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. God give man dominion. Okay? He made man an author of life and death. Because you can make the cattle. See, everything makes and pre-create. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, man. He created him for himself. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them and said, God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Right? God made them authors of creation. Now, what I mean by that, male and female can come together and create another male or female. Oh, I don't want to make nobody mad. Some women's after being with a man, after mating with a man, have all girls. Some have all boys. Some have girls and boys. God gave us some of the same power that He has. We are able, we are authors of life. I'm an author of life, even though I don't have any kids. But guess what? You bring up a young girl come up in here. Yeah. A young girl come up in here that's fertile. Hmm? Yeah. And if I can get it up, hmm? If I can get it up and get off in there, yeah. If I'm able to drop some sperm in there, I'm liable to get her pregnant. Hmm? So me and her just became an author of life. Hmm? If she get pregnant, hmm? We have just started our garden of a family. If man is not the author of life, then why we got so many people in the world? God gave us a pattern, a pattern. Yeah. He put the creation out there. All right. Yeah, it was his creation in the beginning, but he allowed us to procreate. Hmm? My mama is my earthly God. God Almighty, Elohim. Some people call him Jehovah. Some people call him Yahshua. And some people call him Allah. Hmm? But he gave us the power to become creators of life. I don't want to make nobody mad. So we are an author of life. That's how you got here. My mama is my earthly God. Elohim, Jehovah, Allah, Yahshua HaMashiach, the Mashiach, Yahshua. Whatever you want to call him. That's your heavenly God. Hmm? But your mama, your mother, is your earthly God. She is your author of life. Hmm? Now, you have the same power to take a life. Hmm? Like I told you previously, I could take my own life right now. All I gotta do is go back there, get that shotgun. I'm shooting slugs. I got slugs for deer hunting. Hmm? If I put that to my head and pull the trigger, I'm out of here. Hmm? God also gave you the power to take a life. Because He gives you free will. Takeoff life was taken by evil. Hmm? A little dumbass wanna be something, which I heard that he got okay killed in Houston. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that he's dead now. The person that shot Takeoff, they said he got hit up. I don't know. Allegedly, that's what I'm speaking on now. Okay, see. So was it Takeoff time? No, somebody cut his time. He's 28 years old. He's in the prime of his life. It wasn't his time. Somebody took him out and cut off his time. All right, let's use for example, and this doesn't happen before. A 2-year-old child in the house like I am right now, hmm, playing. 2-year-old. Okay. All right. Some assholes out there that's got some beef against one another get to shooting at one another, and a stray bullet, because niggas, some niggas can't shoot to begin with. A stray bullet could come through the house, through the window, and kill a 2-year-old. Was it the 2-year-old time? Was it that little baby time? Hmm? Hmm? God gave us some of the same powers that He have. We can create life, but we can also take life intentionally or accidentally. Hmm? I took a man's life accidentally. I didn't intend for it to happen. I didn't plan it, but the man dead, graveyard dead. How do I feel about it? Bad. Was it his time? No, but he was on drugs. He was fucked up. See, alcohol and drugs can take your time. So can reckless ass people that don't give a damn about life. They can cut your time short. That don't mean it was your time to go. Hmm? Was it Breonna Taylor time to go? No. Her boyfriend got her fucked up. Hmm? She didn't know what the fuck was going on. She didn't take cover. He did. That's why he didn't get hit. Hmm? Was it Michael Brown time to go? No. He was Billy Badass. Hmm? Was it Nipsey Hussle time to go? No. A nigga took him out that was mad at him. Nobody have a set time to go. shit just happened because of evil. Don't be conformed by a lot of shit people say on social media. But be transformed by renewing your mind. Think. Your life is not predestinated, because if it did, God would not be an honest and a just God. He actually would be an evil God. Hmm? You are the author, or you can be the author of life, someone else's life. You and your girlfriend or you and your wife can make together and create another human being. You also have the power to take out another human being. Cain killed Abel. Hmm? Then Cain killed Abel. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said Cain killed Abel. Hmm? Pharaoh's army got drowned in the sea. So we have the power to take life. Look at Putin. Is it those people time to go in Ukraine? The children, the women's, the old men's? Is it their time to go? No. They're leaving here because of an evil dictator by the name of Vladimir Putin. I don't want to make nobody mad. What I say today is just my personal opinion. You don't have to have a lot of education to understand me. Something is just common sense.
Man, a killer, a shooter, a gun is not the author of life nor death. It don't give life and it don't decide.
That's a lie. A gun can take your life. Huh? All these damn rap. How can he say that shit, man? All these damn rappers that done got shot. Nipsey Hussle. Mo 3. Was it Mo 3 time to die? How old was Mo 3? About 26? I forgot how old he was now. 28? All right, we know Takeoff was about 28. Hmm? All right, he got gunned down on I-35. Was it I-35? I might be mistaken. Well, but it was on an expressway. Hmm? And some people say he was set up. Hmm? That when he wrecked his car and ran around the car on the passenger side to get something that he was looking for and it wasn't there. What was he looking for? He was looking for his weapon, but his weapon wasn't there. Who moved it? Whoever moved it was a low down, dirty, so and so and so. I don't want to get too radical here. Hmm? Because I'd rather for my artists, hmm, to be tried by 12 than to be carried out by 6. Hmm? I know my artist got enemies. I want him to have his peace. Hmm? If the police catch him with it, then we're gonna deal with that. Hmm? I'd rather for the law to catch me with a piece than for my enemies to catch me without one. I don't want to hear nobody. Y'all don't hear me. My name is Bobby Carr, representing the House of Common Sense. All right? Don't be conformed by a lot of stuff you hear on social media. But be ye transformed by renewing your mind. Thank you.
Who gets to leave life. So that's what you always got to know and got to remember. Man, I don't give a damn how bad he think he is. He is not the author of life and death. When it's your time, nigga, you stand up and you no, that's how that goes. And so when I talk to his little brother and them and the family and them now, man, you got to have somebody that can explain it to them. When they heard this, he wasn't talking to nobody. He didn't say nothing that night. He was off to himself. He wasn't even by the table. And they said he was in another dimension. Yeah.
Because he was scared as hell. Because he knew some shit was going down. He knew there was some shit was going down. All right. He knew somebody was going to get hurt. He shouldn't have even been there. See, you can go places that can cut your life short. All right. Same. Okay, let's look at Mo 3. Okay, they say he went to see this gal. All right, went to get some pussy. I don't have nothing against no man get some pussy. Shit, I, I'm guilty of getting some pussy. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. The man got his last piece of pussy. He didn't know that his enemy was scoping him out, was stalking him. Hmm? Was it his time? No. Somebody took his time. Yeah. Was it Nipsey Hussle time? No. Somebody took his time. Was it Duke 093, the jeweler? Was it his time? Hell no. Somebody took his time because they wanted his possession. They wanted what he had. They wanted to rob him, and they did. Hmm? They became the author of death. Yeah, the evil within them. They became the author of death. Hmm? I don't want to make nobody mad. It wasn't George Floyd time, but because of his behavior, he lost his time. Hmm? When he went in that store with that fake ass $20 bill, all right, that was the beginning of losing his time. Hmm? I don't want to make nobody mad. See, you can't listen to a lot of folks on social media. Okay, God gave us some of the same powers that He has. We can create a life, and we can take a life. I can take a life tonight. Hmm? If I want to. I want to get no. I don't want to get no damn charge on me. I ain't gonna fuck with no damn body. No, I'm too old to go to prison. Shit. I damn, I'm 68 years old. Hmm? Yeah, I'm too damn old for that bullshit. Yeah. Hmm? I can create a life. Give me a young girl. Give me a young girl. Yeah. And I can pay the shipping costs too. Yeah. I can pay child I can pay child support. Well, I ain't got no problem taking care of child that's mine. Yeah. 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 They'll give me more money on my social security check if I have a baby by a gal. Yeah, shit. That shit in my favor to a certain extent. Yeah. So you can create, you are the author. God gave you authorship to create. What he told him. He said, go out and be fruitful and multiply. Go out and bump and grind. Come on, baby. Sweet loving daddy. Let me be your rocking chair. Just a rock away from here. Let's get it on. Yeah. Yeah, he told him, go out and bump and grind. Be fruitful and multiply. Hmm? Subdue and replenish the earth. Then they ain't got nothing to do with Adam and Eve now. But Adam and Eve didn't know they were naked, so they couldn't bump and grind. Yeah. Adam and Eve didn't know they were naked until after they had a conversation with the serpent. This ain't got nothing to do with Genesis 1:26. Ain't got nothing to do with Adam and Eve now. Don't put that in there. But yeah, so we are authors of life. So Josh White, I respectfully disagree with you. All right, Takeoff, was it his time? No, it wasn't his time. But you got to realize who he was around. Evidently, he had enemies. He was in the midst of some enemies that wanted him gone. Hmm? Duke the Jew was around enemies. Somebody that wanted him gone. Somebody wanted to take his ship. And the only way they could do that, they had to kill it. Was it his time? No. DMX, was it his time? No. He got hold of some bad drugs, or he took too many drugs. He took too much. He had too much of it. Nipsey Hussle? No. Young man? No, it wasn't his time. Somebody cut his time short. Mo3, was it his time? No. Somebody took his time. Hmm? Out there on the expressway. Because he had enemies. Now, who was his enemies? We know two of them. I ain't got to call no name. We know he had two enemies. Hmm? Yeah. Young Dolph, a lot of them rappers, man. Hmm? Their time was taken from them. It wasn't their time to go, to leave here. Nobody time is set in stone. All right? But your time can be taken away from you through evil, through diseases. Hmm? Yeah. Because see, God have allowed Satan to have his way in this world. Satan is roaring, going through and for the earth like a roaring lion, seeking who he can destroy. Huh? You got kids being killed by a stray bullet. You got some boys right down the street from me in Orangeburg. All right? They little gangsters, little young gangsters, 17, 18, 19 years old. I think one of them might have been about 25. They roll up on a house where they thought the person that they wanted to kill was in that house. Hmm? They thought the person that they wanted to kill was in that house, and they cut loose. Hmm? And they had big guns, AR-15, AK-47. Yeah, and they cut loose on that house. Well, it resulted in a 6-year-old being killed who didn't have nothing to do with that bullshit. Was it that 6-year-old time? No. Somebody took his time. Them stupid motherfuckers out there that were shooting took his time away from him. Took his life away from him. If they wasn't on some bullshit, that little 6-year-old would still be living. Hmm? Don't be conformed to a lot of that bullshit you hear on social media. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Hmm? A lot of people out here have died. It's not their time. And I'm gonna say this. There's too many rappers dying, and it's not their time. But that's what they want to be, and it's a high risk being a rapper. See, it's a high risk. Some things you get yourself involved with, the risk of dying or getting killed or fucked up is high. I don't want to make nobody mad. My name is Bobby. I represent the House of Common Sense. Y'all be blessed. Thank you for listening.